Brian Powell is a fourth-grade student at Murphy Candler Elementary School. But he didn't go to school today or yesterday. His parents are afraid to send him, afraid he'll be beaten again. This story begins Wednesday afternoon when the boy says his teacher, Mrs. Miller, made fun of him for taking too long to get his books out. Brian picks up the story from there.
I wrote a little note that says, "To Miss Miller from BP, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you."
At that point, Brian says his teacher, Beverly Miller, asked to see the note. When she read it, she sent Brian down to the office. That's where Brian says he sat and waited until the principal, Ted Smith, came in. Mr. Smith allegedly read the note, then told Brian to bend over.
How many times did he hit you?
I think about 10. And then when I was going back down the hall, he told me to go on back to your room, dummy. Go on back to your room. And so I was going down there, and then every time I slowed up, he would catch up with me and then hit me on the bottom again.
Brian, at that point, was hysterical. The principal allegedly then called his teacher out into the hall.
He told me to get down on my knees and tell her I'm sorry.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Down on your knees?
Mm-hmm.
DeKalb police who inspected and photographed Brian say he has severe bruises on both buttocks.
Lieutenant Wood with the Youth Division called me and said that they had agreed there was enough evidence for a warrant to be issued for simple battery.
According to DeKalb's Department of Education, a child can be spanked, one, as a last resort, only after a variety of disciplinary actions have been tried, and two, only with a witness present. The POW say Mr. Smith violated both rules. Yesterday morning, Judge Kirkland of DeKalb County issued a warrant for the principal's arrest. 52-year-old Ted Smith was booked in the DeKalb County Jail, charged with simple battery, and released on his own recognizance. He will face a May court date. The teacher, Beverly Miller, refused to talk with me. The principal, Ted Smith, was back on the job today, but could not be reached for comment. Dr. Joe Renfro, assistant superintendent of DeKalb Schools, told me he is conducting an investigation and it should be ready next week for the superintendent of the schools and the Board of Education. It will be up to them to decide what, if anything, should happen to Principal Smith. Lynn Harrison, Action News.